Are you guys excited about this Flash movie that's coming out? Because I sure.
Oh my god, this fucking superhero bullshit. Yeah,
200 episodes. Can you believe?
Hey, what episode is this?
I don't even know. I'll have to look.
Okay,
this is 189. No, 198.
Hold on. Let me open the
169.
because last time episode 200, the 100 technically
169
was a different.
We are not that far away.
No, I just want to say
technically,
last time episode 100 was actually 101.
Well, we recorded episode 101 before episode 100, technically. So technically, episode 100 wasn't the 100th episode produced, but in canon, that was the 100th
serious
episode.
question. Serious question.
Breaking the fourth
serious
wall.
question though, because like last summer was the hottest.
Jamar was 191.
Okay,
so we're at 195.
Why are you yelling?
We're at 195, JD.
Dude, I'm not even wearing the headphones.
No, you were kind of yelling.
If you
You were yelling really loud.
No, this is like a serious question though, because you guys experienced that fucking hot ass summer we had last year.
Yeah.
And then
And
it was
cold-ass winter.
also the
winter.
coldest winter we've had, where it was fucking snow in Livermore and not that far from here. And they're saying that this year's summer is gonna be worse.
Hotter?
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect time to go surfing, baby.
Jesus. So
You guys want to go with me?
What do you guys think of that? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I'm
Corday.
And most houses here don't have AC.
I learned something in third grade.
Well,
No, I was playing with
It's
you.
gonna suck.
I love hot.
Yeah.
well, yeah, because you got.
Same. I love the hot.
I love the hot.
Well, I was gonna say even the houses that do have AC,
Yeah.
PG&E's gonna shut their power off because their grid can't meet the current power demands. So
He's right about that.
That is right, and that's nothing to do with Republicans or Democrats. That's
We're so close.
that's just
bringing that
corrupt
up.
PG&E, because they'd rather pay the fines than
Because of
actually
the
maintain.
free market.
We'll give you that.
Because of the free market.
But it also happened in Texas
is
during
allowed.
the cold.
Well, also Texas has their own grid, and that shit fucking breaks down all the fucking time because they wouldn't be
tell us
different
why.
separate
Tell
from
us why
everybody
it's
else.
shitty, Corday. Tell us why it's shitty. Tell us why that grid is shitty.
Because Texas decided, instead of coming together with all of America and all of the U.S. of A, they decided
That's true patriots.
We're gonna have it's true patriots. They decided we're gonna have our own shit, even though it was like out of date. That's why
And they wanted to bail out.
huh?
And they wanted to bail out.
And they wanted to bail out, and then that's why it had frozen over, and then literally people had to a lot of people's pipes was freezing up and stuff like that because there's 3 major grids. 2 of them control everywhere except the one that's in Texas that controls Texas. But shit wasn't up to date. They wasn't checking up on it. It was like, oh, this shit hasn't been updated in about 20 years.
And what did Ted Cruz do?
He went on
Mexico.
vacation.
And what is Ted Cruz?
A
Republican.
Well, that's been the voice party, and
I just wanted to throw that out there for no reason. Just
Wait, is that really how we're ending the
no,
episode?
that's not how we're ending.
I
this.
tried. I thought
that
that
is
was a
how
funny way to go
I
out.
did want to just mention, what you got any counter argument to that, Mr.
Did y'all see that thing where PG&E is trying to pass that thing where they change the way they bill people? So instead of billing you based on your energy consumption, they're going to charge you a percentage of your income. So the more you make, the more you have to pay, even if you use less than someone else.
Phil, how much do you make?
I don't think that's any of our listeners'
Not
business.
6 figures, I tell you that much, and you need at least 6 figures to own a house.
So what you're trying to tell me is that they're going to charge the rich more? Is that what you're trying to say? They're going to tax the rich more is what you're telling me?
Well, it affects everybody because you need to be making $250 a year in order to own a home. In California, if you're making less than $250, you're never going to own a home. So that's what we all should be striving for.
Yeah. Teachers.
And
So you're saying we don't have to worry about that in our tax?
You saying we're living with our parents forever?
So you mean to tell me you're saying PG is corrupt even though you're not going to be able to make $250?
Well,
they're taxing people who don't make that much income.
Here comes a Democrat who disagrees with you.
Actually, I'm not even disagreeing. What I'm saying is, it's interesting.
That's a very polite way of disagreeing.
There have been reports.
Marcos, will you shut the fuck up, Marcos?
There have been reports
Okay.
that more and more young people, people between we'll say young adults, have been grouping together with their friends and buddies and buying houses together.
Yeah.
So the single person buying a house is no longer possible, but groups of people who are you know what? I could live with you for the rest of my life.
Oof.
Screw it. Let's do it.
And you know what
Has become the
Republicans do?
trend.
They say no, that's all the Mexicans coming together in one household in a family.
Yeah, just say
buying a
Mexicans.
house.
You say young
Right.
people, just say Mexicans, bro.
Okay.
But that's not what they interviewed a couple of white folks.
Wait,
It was an article in the
you-
Atlantic.
But
Would
you know
you-
they
would
don't.
you move in
they don't,
with
they don't
Rigo?
put shit on
No,
like white
you-
folks like that at all. Stuff like that. That's why.
Would you move in with Rigo?
No.
Okay.
Me, my wife, and my kids want to have a place together. We don't want to have to split a 3-bedroom house with 6 other people. Like, that's not
That is
how you should
hilarious
live.
that you think
Phil, how many
They
kids do
didn't
you
say
have?
it
they're
was
buying a
6,
3-bedroom house. They are buying a 2-bedroom house and 1 bathroom and 6 roommates, and 3 of them are living
Well,
in the
I
garage.
shared that with you. I think it was like Zillow posted a study where they compared minimum wage versus cost of living across the United States.
Yeah.
Red states, blue state, New York, California, everything in between. And they found that the average person making minimum wage to afford rent would either need 3 roommates and you split a 2-bedroom house with 2 people per room.
Right.
Or you have to work 4 full-time jobs.
Right.
Of those 2 options, I don't think the 4 full-time, the 4 of them are not feasible.
Yeah, but that's not
This
how
is
it's
why-
supposed to be.
this is why I live
Like,
with
that's
my
not
parents.
ideal.
But
I mean, we shouldn't be settling for that.
Culture
I have
changes.
a-
People. I'm not saying it should be that way, but I'm saying some people have adapted. I don't think they should.
I have a buddy.
I'm just trying to have a quiet place to fuck. That's
Yeah.
all I
Well,
want.
see, you're never
JD,
gonna have that.
He's speaking real facts right now, man.
Yeah.
Right?
just
I have a
real-
buddy who's like, he keeps asking me every time I see him. He goes, "Hey, so you moving out soon? You moving out?" And I'm like, "It's not going to change every week, blah blah blah, right?" And he was like, he's like serious about this. He goes, "You're not going to become a real man unless you move out. Like that's going to be your journey to being a real man."
Real quick.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
can we just stop that
Yep.
train of thought real
Yep.
quick? Because like,
Well, there's a whole industry
There's a-
around making housing unaffordable.
Right, and this
you
is
have
what he
people
told-
who flip
and this is-
houses for a living.
and- yeah.
You have companies that buy up property so they can drive up the property value.
Right.
Like, there's a whole industry about making
Yeah.
housing unaffordable.
right, and I
And
was
it's a
like,
very profitable industry.
right, but this is the thing, right? So he just got himself a spot. It is no bigger. Like his entire kitchen, living room, and stuff is probably this big, right?
And there's probably
Not probably
roaches.
smaller, probably a little smaller, thinner, and he's got a room, right, with the bathroom. And it's a nice little spot, but he pays like, up like close to $2,000. And he was like, "Hey man," he was like, "So you just got to move out, blah blah. Get something small like this." I was like, "Dude, I can't afford this. This would be my month."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't. How could I eat? How could I do anything? And it was like, "How much do you think I make?" Right? Because like I'm open. Like I don't make that much money.
Yeah.
Right. I work a very minimal job. And he was like,
should
"Yeah,
say-
I make." He was like, "I make like $5,000 a month, 6 on a good month, right?" Because like he's a freelance barber, and I was like,
Oh, that fucking guy?
"Yeah, no, not Ryan, another guy." But no. So I'm like, "You know that
Oh,
you
was that
make
the half
3
black dude?
times what I make, dude. You know that I don't even make close to that. What I make can't even pay the rent."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, "Go find another job. There's better jobs out there." I was like, 1, I didn't go to college.
So, yeah.
2, I do have other projects that I'm really passionate about that I think are going to work out. So but like, I'm tired of people coming up to me and saying like, "You got to do this, this, and that to become this, this, and that." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
let me do my thing. Let me worry about me.
Yeah.
And you worry about you.
Yeah, you know what?
Like,
That's
I'm
right.
tired of
In your
people
face, Republicans.
No, he just agreed with me on that.
Nah,
Like,
it's-
like realistic.
That's all we wanted. Republicans to agree with.
Real talk.
How
It-
tired are you, dude?
and honestly-
You're not reading the room at all.
And honestly, the whole housing thing, like, it's messed up. But historically, people going out buying their own houses and the span of human history itself is
Yeah.
relatively new. Back
It
in the
is.
day, communal housing used to be the common thing. Up until like the Industrial Revolution and the cities started being built, like modern cities,
And
right?
even like
and then people
now,
started
yeah.
fleeing from their multifamily homes to make their way in the textile mills and stuff. Let's see what we can do.
Yep.
So I mean, it's all a part of this like changing like cultural evolution.
And even Stockton and Tracy that were like affordable to 100K houses, that shit's like going up.
It's going up too because
Hella.
everybody's moving out of the Bay and just commuting.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would be nice if we could figure out a way to change things back to
Yeah.
the affordability, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to do that. Not in our lifetime.
We're all gonna live in apartments eventually because they're tearing down hella houses and building apartments over it.
Yeah, people are buying it up as
It's gonna be like New York.
This is gonna be cyberpunk everywhere, man.
So
I'm telling you.
as creatives, you ever, as Marcos touched upon it, like trying to move out, like the man thing is to move out and stuff like that, or to eventually want to buy a house. You ever think of the like it's? I think about this constantly. The moving out is like the man thing, or you're at this age, but then there's also the whole creative side too, and like you're not where you want to be creatively. So it's like I don't want to move out, buy an apartment, and then it takes away from my creative side or let me go out and be as creative because I have to just pay rent or have to pay. I moved out, so now my rent is an extra $700 and I have to work to cover that rent. Versus like just staying.
Your stage time, yeah.
My stage time versus like staying home with parents or a family member and it being cheaper. And then I can save on that aspect of it. Does that ever cross your mind? Especially because we're all men too, so it's always like
I've heard that, but I've also heard of some like whatever comics who live on their own, and it also pushes you to work on that a little bit more. Yeah. Like some of our I don't want to mention their names, but like where they have they have kids and they have and now when they really go out, they really gotta. Go hard. Go hard.
I think everybody, their creative process, their financial situation, it's just different. And holding everyone up to the golden standard of this is the way you should have done things is kind of ridiculous. I mean, looking at it from like a larger standpoint, with the concept of like, well, you're men, you're supposed to go out and move. In India, right? The common preference culturally, they prefer having sons over daughters because the way they think it is, the daughter's going to get married off somewhere.
Go move with the husband.
Right. But the sons are going to stay and take care of us when we get old and can't go to the crapper ourselves. The sons are going to be the responsible ones to tend the farms and help us with the housework. The sons are going to be the ones that, right? Because in that tradition, the sons take care of their parents in their old age. And like, so when you hear folks say, well, there's a standard for either men or women to do X, Y, Z, I kind of go, well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if you look at the entire picture of humanity, it's kind of, these things don't hold up for everybody. Yeah. And we forget that, I think.
Yeah. Also, it's not like it's not like we're not thinking about it, or it's not like we're not like, fuck. Like for me at least, and maybe this will pass at some point, but like for me at least, I'm definitely like, I do see people like that I went to high school with and stuff have their own houses now. Have like my cousins have their own spots, and I'm like, yeah.
But then you think do they follow their dreams?
I have a cousin that does crypto, does pretty well, and I have another cousin who just
Crypto's
bought a house
down right now. You don't remember my jokes?
Yeah, but like
no.
They sold at the right time.
But he makes a living. He day trades, and then I have someone else another cousin who went to college and didn't use her degree and ended up getting a really good job. You know what I mean? So like, it worked out, but like not everyone's in that same situation. Right. I have two cousins that's lived with their parents until they were like 35 too. So like,
there's also a difference in living with your parents and then being a fuck up, getting arrested every weekend and
right, getting DUIs
as opposed
all the
to
time
actually
and stuff like
doing
that.
something that takes a risk and it is.
I think there's a difference about what we're all doing here.
Huge
living with your parents and then having like 3 kids you're not raising because you're being an ass.
Right.
That's
that's different.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing where you gotta like look at it like like are you like yourself you're not fucking up and doing stupid shit, so just say you're helping your parents.
no 100%, and I pay rent at the house, you know what I mean? Like I'm not living there for free,
right?
But
and
like I'm helping out, but it's like, but like the other thing too is I have really good support at home. My parents believe in me and believe in my dreams, and like I have some family from New Mexico home today, and all my whole family's out there having dinner, and I'm like, but I believe in this. You know what I mean? Yeah. I truly do. And I think that's like a really good, like, that's what I was talking about. Like, it's going to be tiring if you have a show the day and we do the 200th and we have to shoot again. But that's the life of a rock star. That's what we do. Yes. You know what I mean? And honestly, it's going to take that much work a lot more consistently too. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's seriously, I'm willing to put in that work.
Yeah.
For this.
Damn.
And I think that's what
you talking about this
right here.
Yeah.
The Voice Party.
I'm willing to put the that much work into this.
That's why I live at home.
It's dedication, man.
I want to put the work. I want to put in the work. No, really, because I want to put in the work.
yeah.
It's like because for
I
me,
thought you were being an
but look at Corday.
No.
He's going out to Santa Barbara, going out to Oregon, going out to wherever. Like,
And then
I'm so fucking proud of how much Corday hustles.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I can't sing Corday's praises enough.
Yes.
like honestly, you have to think about that shit.
Can you believe the Voice Party has had merch this whole time and we neglected to tell anybody? T-shirts, hoodies, bath mats, wall clocks, throw pillows, even mini skirts. We will throw our logo on absolutely anything. Click the link in the description below and pick you up some Voice Party merch today.